Bob Bierkempfel at the Trip reported that even the day before the draft you were not entirely certain whether you wanted to make a pick or not. You did ultimately end up making a pick. I was just curious about the process behind your decision on that. How many guys were you considering taking, and what was the determining factor for you on deciding to make a pick versus not?
Well, part of it was we were at 40. We would have to clear a roster spot. Part of it was the free agents that we were engaged in conversations with. Part of it was free agents, trades that we were engaged in. What would it mean for the roster? Who would we have to take off? How would we clear the roster spot? What did it mean for the bigger picture as we went forward throughout the rest of the offseason? Who was going to be available? Picking 8 is a little different than picking 2. With the players that we were talking about, really 3 or 4 players that we were talking about, what were the chances that somebody was going to be there? What were the chances that we'd really want to add that player? And it's one thing to draft a player, it's another thing to have him stick. And we've had some success with Evan. We felt really good about the Donnie Veal pick. The rules changed, and it's kind of a different feel now with the extra year of protection. It's taken a whole nother, it's really taken a big chunk out of the talent pool. And Nunez, a guy that if he hadn't gotten hurt, probably is protected. I think Detroit was a little surprised that we took him. The injury may actually work in our favor. If he's not ready to go opening day, we don't have to rush him. We can give him the time he needs to get back and then evaluate it from there. So there were a lot of moving pieces and parts in it. Part of it also just what do you disclose and what do you not disclose at that time. I mean, there's things that you have to talk about. There's things well, not gamesmanship as much as we hadn't truthfully decided. If we'd say on Sunday we're going to take somebody in the Rule 5 and on Thursday we don't, then the bigger question is, well, what happened? Why did it change? If we say we're still walking through the process, then we leave ourselves with it. But there's a lot that goes into the decision. It's not just simply is there a player we like available. It's more, what does that mean for our roster as we move throughout the offseason? Adding 6 guys, adding the free from before the roster submission date. That ties up some spots. Signing the free agents we've signed, making some of the trades that we've traded. Impacts it all. And once you add a guy, it's awfully difficult to get him off. Once you take a guy in the Rule 5, you almost can't get him off until you get to that tryout period in spring training. So those spots are locked. Now you add in the Walker, the McCutcheon, those spots are locked. They're not going anywhere. And so all of a sudden you start to lock in your roster and you start to make more and more difficult decisions, which is where we want to be. That means our roster is getting deeper. It means we're getting in the right spot.